Welcome to Maasai Mara Game Reserve. My name is Duncan. My videographer this evening is Levi, one of our guides. And today we decided to venture into Maasai Mara Game Reserve to see if we can see a crossing. Apparently there are no crossings going on at the moment. They have been crossing for the last few weeks, but now all the herds have headed like more south towards Tanzania, and some have crossed the border towards Coca Hills. Where I am pointing, that area is the Sand River border where they go into Serengeti. So right now we have some of the great herds are right in front of us. This area has been burnt, that's why it's looking quite lushy and green. And the new grass that is growing in here is quite nutritious for wildebeest. That's why the herds are scattered all over the plain, trying to enjoy the new grass that is coming up. And as you can see along here, all the hills, along the rolling hills of the survey area, you will be able to see the whole migration. Although they are scattered, they're enjoying this lush new green grass. We are more like on the southern end of Maasai Mara Game Reserve, which covers an average of 1,510 kilometers square. And this area was started as a game reserve in the year 1961. And on that time, it was really very small. It was only 520 square kilometers. And then over time, before the 70s, it grew up to about 820 square kilometers. And then later on, the reserve, the Maasai people who lived close by the reserve were given some piece of land where they could have their cows to drink water, and the reserve was again reduced a little bit to 1974 to about the current amount of land they have now, which is 1510 square kilometers. This is the jewel of Africa, not just Kenya, but this is the best part to see wildlife in Africa. I, as a guide, have worked here for quite many years, and I've also traveled to Southern Africa, but I think when it comes to beautiful scenery and game viewing, Maasai Mara is leading. And as you can see, we are just sitting here looking at the migration, and sure enough, we just saw a cheetah behind us walking towards a car. I'll just turn the vehicles so that you guys can see a cheetah that is trying to hunt. We just, were sitting here for the last few minutes, and all of a sudden this cheetah was coming down, up from the lagger down here, and I think it's trying to hunt gazelles that are very close to the wildebeest, or probably it's trying to get a young one of a wildebeest. Quite surprising. We were on a different mission, we were trying to look for a crossing, and now we are here thinking that we might be able to see a kill. So let me just position the vehicle so you guys can have a view of this beautiful cheetah that is trying to get some food here. So as opposed to our conservation area, the game reserve, the Greater Mara, where we call Maasai Mara now, is a protected area that you're not supposed to go off-road. So we might have a challenge of getting closer to the animals. But on my right, if you can zoom in a little closer to my right, there's a cheetah that's sitting patiently looking at some gazelles. And already it's talking. If you can see it, try to zoom in, Levi. You might be able to see the cheetah is kind of stalking. When you see a cat putting his shoulders low and walking that kind of stealth posture, it's a sign of a hunt. So who knows, we might be lucky to see a kill. Just look at the walking gait, the way it's walking, and stopping all of a sudden. So when the animals put their heads, that's when the cheetah moves. So I'll try to minimize movement as much as possible so that we don't win the kill. It's going to happen. Because she's trying to use the termite mound with a bit of grass as a cover to get close to the gazelles. What a beautiful evening. We are very close to the Tanzanian border. This is the area they call Save next to Sand River. And this is where the huts come through. And as you can see, they are scattered all over. The huts that have not gone into Tanzania yet are here. Due to the rains that are, if you look, my videographer, turn a little bit to the left, you will see heavy clouds hanging, and that is the Serengeti. There's a lot of rain now happening along the Lamai Wedge and parts of Coca Hills behind it to Coco and further down. That is some massive rain, and there was some burning that took place. That's controlled burning, and that's why the huts decided to turn back to go to those areas that have been burned. And I just want to keep an eye on this cheetah, guys. Probably you can turn around and try to see if you can see this cheetah. So hang on, guys, I'm just going to position a little bit to see if we can see the target. Keeping in mind that we are not supposed to go off-road, so I will just try to get the best position as possible. So one thing that is happening, the cheetah has a very big advantage, so the animals can smell the cheetah. Bearing in mind, it's the fastest land mammal, running a speed of 90 to 112 kilometers an hour. That's almost the speed of this Land Cruiser. And cheetahs can run, maintaining that speed for about 500 yards. Sometimes we have some cheetahs like a very famous one, go beyond. And yes, or probably 1,000 if they lose the kill, then they will stop and wait to get more energy so they can be run. As you all know that cheetahs like open plains like this. This is a cheetah country here. You know, they like going up termite mountains, they like being in the open, so that they can be away from predators like lions, leopards, and hyenas. And nature has timed it so well. They go opposite of the other cats. You know the lions hunt at night. The leopards hunt at night as well, early in the morning, early in the evening, late in the evening. But in the heat of the day, you will be able to see that is the time that cheetahs make kills. Lions are sleeping, and leopards and hyenas as well. So cheetahs don't really want to fight over prey because they depend on their legs for life. If, for example, they fight a hyena and they get injured on the legs or something like that happens, it means they're going to go hungry. So they'd rather drop the kill and just run off and later on get hungry. So before they start hunting like that, the cheetah must have scanned this area and figured out that there are no hyenas close by, or probably, there are no absolute birds in the wild. She might have not seen them. That's why she's hunting. And it's almost getting to the time when the other cats begin moving around, like hyenas, lions, and leopards. One thing about these cats is that they have a lot of patience. Patience is a virtue if you want to get something nice. So she is waiting for these animals to come closer, and she is using that termite mound. You can only see the head. She is using the termite mound as a cover. As you can see, the area has been burned. There has been some controlled burning that happened here, and that little patch there has a bit of dried grass. And the wallabies are heading down slowly, and these wallabies have got young ones. So that could be the target. You never know. But let's see what she wants to do. That kind of posture, it's a hand kind of. Okay, she's gone down. case you see somebody asking a question in the video, and then we can be able to share time together with our guest. This is the most beautiful part of the world. If you look, now the cheetahs go down to the left. There's a line going along the edge of the Mara Triangle. Apparently, that's where the migration has turned all the way down to the very, very end, the last corner of the Mara down there. Some of the herds, oh, the gazelles are running closer. Nothing a little bit. So as we, just stay a little patient and wait to see what's going to happen. I don't think they have seen the cheetah because the male is busy trying to mount some females. It's out here being a male. And the male is busy. There's a female that is coming into his roost and is concentrating on her. And the female is running about. She's playing hard to get, but eventually she's gonna match with her, and the cheetah is just waiting for them to kind of put their heads down and start grazing, and then she might launch an attack. So let me just stand here a little bit so we can be able to have a good view of the animals. Country. So we're just gonna stay here patiently because the cheetah is right on our left behind the tuft of grass, and who know, you never know, though, we might be able to see a kill right. This would be extraordinary to see a kill in the middle of the Mara. This open plain, seeing the cheetah run is one of the most exciting things to see. Nobody's paying attention, but the gazelles are just a little bit spooky. I'm not very sure if there's anything or not. I think they see the car, but they just don't trust anything, especially now that the wind is not on their favor and they see a car. But that male might be this cheetah because he's busy chasing the females around. So times like this are normally the best time for game viewing in the Mara. Due to this coronavirus pandemic, that's why you don't see a lot of vehicles. This is quite exciting. There's not even a single car. It's just us in the middle Mara, trying to see if we can see a kill. The big migration is right in front of us, just grazing on the plains. They have already crossed the river from the other side. And it's just so quiet. So in November 2006, Maasai Mara was declared one of the seven natural wonders of the world due to the wildebeest crossing the Mara River into the Mara. And we normally call this the busy season when everybody's dying to see the crocodiles, you know, killing wildebeest on the crossings, the lions hunting on the crossings, because it happens a lot. And also we see sometimes even leopards come to the crossing area and try to see what's going on. So, you know, it's such a wonderful time, and everything just gets better and better as it goes. Sorry guys, we're having a bit of technical problem, but we'll sort it out shortly. Right, so yeah, so as I was saying that this is a high season normally, where everybody's trying to be here and enjoying the crossings and seeing the crocodiles flipping these wildebeest in the Mara River. You know, it's also a great time for cats. You know, even the laziest lion can be able to hunt in a time like this. It's such a beautiful moment in the Mara, and normally all the camps would be full if it were not for the coronavirus. You know, all the camps would be full now, and it could be pumping with vehicles everywhere, especially in the reserve now. But it's looking a little quiet and nice. Very, 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 very exciting time for game viewing. So the migration was this migration of wildebeest. Wildebeest is an antelope, and this is the greatest migration of antelopes on earth. It's believed that it's about 1.3, 1.5 million wildebeest that migrate every year from the Serengeti to the Mara and back. And with them they come about 300,000 zebras plus, a lot of topis, gazelles, and grand gazelles as well. All migrate together with the big herds. So it's not only the wildebeest that migrate into Maasai Mara, but it's accompanied by very big herds of dozens of zebras and gazelles and topi and all these animals. So it's such a busy time. With them, they're also accompanied by large colonies of vultures, and these colonies of vultures are the ones that feed on carcasses. You will realize that when we have the migration around, we have a lot of vultures. Probably we might be able to see them. There's a lot of vultures as well, trying to eat the carcasses of the dead wildebeest. Sometimes those that get stampeded on the river, or those that get killed by lions or hyenas. We get vultures, large colonies of vultures. The cheetah is up. the wildebeest migration is a grazing cycle. It's believed that they cover about 2,896 miles in a year, migrating from Tanzania to Kenya and back. So this journey starts in Tanzania, where they give birth in a place called Ndutu Plains in southern Serengeti, and at the west they go all the way to the western corridor. After they give birth in the month of February, whereby in a span of 3 weeks, it's about 500,000 young ones are born. So the rich volcanic soils there are very rich in nutrients to nourish the little ones the first days of life, and they get to be very strong quickly and be able to start moving by the month of March, April. At birth, the wildebeest baby will be running in about probably 5 minutes. It will be following the mother. So that time in southern Serengeti is where they go and give birth, and that is in the month of February. There is a volcanic mountain there called Olare, the mountain of God, where we have some volcanic lava that spews out of the mountain. It goes kilometers into the open plains of the southern Serengeti, and it enriches the grass with the minerals that are very good and nourish the young ones as they are born. That time in the southern Serengeti, there will be a lot of cats, like hyenas, trying to eat the afterbirths of the wildebeest, and also the young ones as they were born. But as you can see, there is a very, very unique way of life with the animals as opposed to human beings. Right? It's looking intently now. Sorry guys for cutting off. I just want to focus on this hunt. We might be seeing a kill any moment. If you look at the shoulders of that cheetah, it's really a sign of it's putting the head low, trying to break the profile. It's sitting down now. It's sitting down now, right there. Okay. So, the wise men say patience pays. Let's just wait. You never know. We might see something extraordinary tonight. We are right in the southern end of Maasai Mara Game Reserve, close to the Serengeti Tanzanian border. And we have a cheetah that is trying to hunt here. Not even a single vehicle. Quite extraordinary in a place like this. So, let's just see patiently and see what he wants to do. So as I was saying, the wildebeest give birth in southern Serengeti, and in the month of March, they will start turning into the western corridor. Towards April, May, they are all heading up, and by June, they are across to Grumeti area, and all the way across into the Mara by July. There is a season that we call the rutting season. So when the wildebeest give birth, by the month of June, all the young ones are about probably 4, 5, 6, getting close to 6 months old. The females start coming into estrus, and the big herds, you will see the big bulls starting the herds, trying to control a few females, because it's a lot of females, and a single bull cannot control quite a lot. So you will see them butting heads and ratting. Ratting is that sound made by a wildebeest when they are sexually excited, and each bull is trying to control a small amount of females. So as they come into the Mara, this is where the mating happens, and that's what is called the rat. That is the mating season for wildebeest. And they cross the Mara River by July. The crocodiles will be feasting. As they come in, they are welcomed by big prides of lions. As this is a lion country, and it will be Christmas time for the cats. So those who survive the crocodiles will be able to roam into these open plains that you see right in front of us and enjoy this lush green grass. So they will be staying here until the month of October, and that's when it starts raining again in the southern Serengeti, and the herds will be able to turn back. By August, July, August, towards September, all the females are already pregnant, and so the journey starts again to all the way down to southern Serengeti. So the month of October they will be crossing back into central Serengeti, and by the month of February they will be at Ndoto Plains in southern Serengeti, and that's why they go again and drop their calves. So the whole cycle is about 2,896 miles a whole cycle. They migrate because of grass. So by the time it's getting to October, November, the short rains are beginning, and they head to southern Serengeti to give birth, and then the journey begins again. As they go along, they take care of almost a lot of animals. This is one of the most important members of the ecosystem here, because they start feeding from crocodiles, hyenas, jackals, vultures, leopards, cheetahs, lions, and so forth like that. So they are very important members of the food chain out here in the Mara. The lion population here is quite nice. You know, this is where we have the biggest lion population in Kenya, and simply because they have the availability of food. You know, they don't have larger territories because the density of food here is quite high, and the cats are looking quite healthy. We also have a migration called the loiter migration. The loiter migration is a group of wallabies that decide to stay here when the big herds head into Tanzania. So we have some wallabies that decide to remain, and they head to a place called the Loiter Hills. In the month of October, November, when the short rains begin, the Loiter herds go into the Loiter, and the Tanzania herds cross the border into Tanzania. Watch, the cheetah is moving. Watch the movement of that cheetah, it's really getting quite intense. Just watch, that cheetah is really moving nicely, putting the head low, trying to break the profile. And probably you might realize that the reason why they have these dots, these black dots, is what we call, in animal behavior, we call it disruptive coloration. The cheetah is getting faster now. It's getting moved by lapwings. Those are the crowned lapwings. They might give the cheetah away, but it's saying, I don't care, I'm trying to go closer to the wildebeest. Just watch the cheetah now. This is how life is out here. It gets tough sometimes. We are trying to see a kill like this one, and all of a sudden these birds will start mocking this cheetah because they might be having their eggs very close to here. And so they just decide to try and slap the cheetah with their wings to make sure the cheetah goes away from the eggs. So I'm pretty sure the eggs will be very close here. So that we draw attention from the other animals. So we just want to keep an eye on the cheetah. Just keep an eye. The wildebeest are beginning to run. Just getting quite close. can see. Let's keep an eye. It's trotting already. It's gone behind the termite mound. So guys, we're just gonna try to drive a little closer, see if we can be able to have a good view. This one, for a second. See, the animals are running quite fast now. Animals are really running. It's going into the depression. I'm going to try to get a little close. It's walking towards the gazelles. Let's see, because sometimes they just decide to walk like that and try to. So that's a bit of a standoff, and funny enough, the animals are coming closer to the cheetah again. What a beauty! Look at the background and all the animals on the line. So she's trying to fool the wallabies that she's harmless, but she's definitely hunting, and she's probably trying to get into an area that the animals are not allowed. We're just going to try to drive forward, see if we can be able to follow it slowly. Right to our left. It's really looking hungry, this female cheetah here. So we're having a bit of a trouble with the video today. Just pull it out. gone behind the termite mound. Still really looking like, oh, let's just wait because it's turning back. It was trying to fool the wallabies that it's going away, but it's really looking like it's coming back. Walking like that sometimes it spook hares or young ones of gazelles that the mother leaves on the grass. So she's scanning the ground also, like she's trying to look for the young ones of gazelles. You realize that cats have got a very good sense of smell and hearing and eyesight. It's very well developed. That is one of the survival mechanisms of cats here. This cheetah is really on a food mission. Let's just keep following it slowly. We might be lucky. Definitely tell that it is Christmas time for the cats. Out of the amount of wallabies around here, and zebras and gazelles. So if you turn toward the left slowly, you will be able to see the cheetah coming towards us. Let's keep going slowly. Here it is. Yep, that is Maasai Mara. Look at that photo there. That's really fantastic. Look at the light, the combination of shadow and light with a beautiful background. So as I was saying that they go on termite mounds to try and look further. So what happens is everybody stops to graze when there's a predator going by, and you can easily tell that the grazers have stopped grazing. All the wallabies have stopped grazing and just watching the cheetah moving by. Sometimes the cheetah might play to be harmless, but it's really trying to find a young one of wallabies or a gazelle. And sometimes the wallabies might end up becoming a little bit complacent because they say, we see you, look, if you look, they're following the cheetah from the back. Some wallabies that are running towards the cheetah. It's literally surrounded by wallabies now. There's also a male Thompson gazelle coming close by. This is how they get attacked by lions. They panic and start running in all directions. So this cheetah is like expecting a parade here. There's a young one of wallabies right in the middle. That can easily be a target. So this is one of the reasons why Maasai Mara is one of the best spots for game viewing in Africa. Look at the rolling plains and the beautiful scenery here, and a magnificent cat like this just walking out in the open. It's like watching a film. If you look behind the cheetah, there's a wildebeest already coming back, trying to follow the cheetah from behind. They're coming a little bit too close. It's following the cheetah, but from the end. Let's keep going forward. We might be able to. It's trying to look for some gazelles that are not alert. There's a big herd of gazelles that are here. I think that's what she's really trying to turn around towards it. This is a very hungry, I guess, female cheetah. And it's a perfect hunting ground because of the termite mounds. If you see these little termite mounds, that's their cover. That's how they get closer to the gazelles. They will use the mound to try and go behind the mound and get closer. And sometimes they go up like now, trying to see, if they can see in the valley if there are some of the gazelles that have ran in that direction. And also trying to be a little bit more careful to make sure that there are no lions anywhere close. Because why spend all the energy, make a kill, and then you don't eat it? They will be able to make sure there are no cats here so that they can be able to find food. And what they normally do is they will eat very quickly and just move on. They don't take their kills up a tree like a leopard that will keep its tree on a tree for a couple of days, or they don't get a kill like lions. So cheetahs always eat fresh. They will just eat quickly and move. Then they can be able to hunt another day if they feel hungry. They normally, kind of go up to 3 days and then they start hunting again. But there are no absolute rules in the wild. If an opportunity comes before the 3 days elapse, they will be able to take down a gazelle if it comes by. I think this is the biggest wildlife yet on earth. This is why we also have the biggest coalition of cheetahs that we've seen. 5 male cheetahs are here. We normally call them the Tanobora, and those big 5 males can take down a prey for a cheetah. So it's really quite interesting out here. You might find things like those 5 male cheetahs. It's quite extraordinary to see a coalition of 5 male cheetahs together, and seeing them take down a whole wildebeest. That will take them probably 15, sometimes up to 15 minutes trying to take it down. Such a massive antelope for a cheetah. So if you look at the behavior of this cheetah, it's really trying to look for young ones of gazelles that the mothers might have left lying down and ran off. It's trying to look for hares that are playing like hiding, trying not to be seen by any animal walking by. And one of the things that the hares use is camouflage. So the cheetahs will use the nose and they will use the side and look around. If they're able to find a hare, then it will be very good. That will be a little snack to keep them going before they can find a bigger prey. Such a beautiful evening. The along these little valleys there's water, so probably that's why they're not bothering so much going back to cross the river. Sometimes they cross into the Mara Triangle from here, you know, going to that other side and coming back, trying to find some nice grass, you know, making that grass is always better on the other side. They're still keeping an eye. The cheetah is walking to our left. Nearly 360 of the Mara to ourselves. We don't see a single car. Just wildebeest, zebras, gazelles, cheetahs roaming by. Nobody's here. The cheetah is walking to our left. He's still looking for food. And there's another group of wildebeest. I don't know whether there's some gazelles. I'm just scanning around to see if there's some gazelles also that are there too. And those gazelles are not paying attention at all. They're just grazing. There's one lone gazelle looking a little bit nervous. We are still having trouble with the lapwings. I think there's some eggs there again. They're getting close to the cheetah. So there's a little bit of a standoff. There's a cheetah there and there's some wildebeest that are looking intently to the right. So it's breaking the profile, lying down, trying to let the wildebeest walk away so she can cross this open plain. There's another herd of gazelles further up. It's a little bit hazy, but we have lots of wildebeest scattered all over the plain, just grazing. And probably in a couple of days, they might start moving back towards the river. So snorting with all the antelopes is a unique alarm for the bush. You know, all the animals will start snorting and every different species will copy the alarm and be run away like what they were doing frantically when this cheetah was walking through them. You know, all the animals stop grazing and start running in all directions. You know, they say there's already trouble, let's keep going. And now those wildebeest have seen the cheetah and they are trying to snort to alert the gazelles that are further up. One of them is pulling their head quite up, it's not grazing now. Copying the alarm from the wildebeest, knowing that there must be a cat walking by. So you see some of the challenges that normally we go through when we want to see things like kills. You will find, you know, wildebeest snorting and they will give away the whole thing. Sometimes we will have lapwings, like the ones that we saw slapping the cheetah with their wings. Probably the cheetah was walking through to an area where they have eggs. And some of the birds are ground nesters, like, you know, those crowned lapwings. So the cheetah has to be quite patient and take time and be able to figure out the next move. The other group of gazelles are quite a little bit further up, like more to the east. It's quite a distance that she has to walk and try to get those ones. And already these 3 wildebeests don't want to go away. They just want to say that we see you and we're not going anywhere. We want to let everybody know that we're here. This is how we get to appreciate those documentaries, brought by the National Geographic and other channels that, showcase cheetahs hunting or lions hunting and all these films. It's a lot of patience and time. They invest a lot of time trying to, bring you the show. We just saw good stalking, and it changed a little bit when the cheetah was seen, and now she has to change the plan and try to look for another group of animals that are not alert. And that's exactly what the cheetah is doing. It's trying to let the wildebeest go so that she can be able to keep moving. It's already a challenge because I can see some zebras looking up from the distance. They might have heard the wildebeest snorting and they're already walking away. Guys, we are more like very, very far away into the southern end of Maasai Mara, a place called the Survey After Lookout, and very close to the Serengeti border. So this is such a beautiful area for game viewing. Not many vehicles, but I bet it's because of the pandemic. About 5 days ago is a massive crossing that happened, and now those big herds that have just crossed are the ones that are scattered all over the place enjoying this lush green grass. And then probably in another couple of weeks they will start heading into the Mara Triangle again, and it will get more active again, on the river crossings. It looks like the cheetah is chilled out a little bit. Might take time, might be later, might not be happening. It's lying now flat on the ground, and that might be it for today. We might be able to bring you another live show on Wednesday. Right here in the middle of Maasai Mara. We might try the crossing again, we might do something else. But we hope that you have enjoyed our sofa safari. It's a beautiful drama to see a cheetah stalking in the middle of the plains. And we wish to welcome you again for our next sofa safari. Together with me here, my videographer, Levi. We're gonna say bye-bye for today.